Swag.
Brilliant. We're on. I know that it starts
Woo!
with swag. I don't know what episode we're on either. Shit. We're getting into them now. We're in the bloody...
7.
We're in the... Whoa. We're in the
No.
roots. No, we're past 7. I think we're on like 9.
Ooh.
We're in them thick and deep. We gained 2 subscribers after the last episode. So,
That's so exciting.
We're on...
Welcome.
Whoa, we're on 9! 9.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I was way behind.
We need to do something special for 10. Foot reveal.
Oh, I'm not doing that part. You can.
Fine, I'll get my feet out.
I'll do a sock reveal.
I'll get them out now. Fuck
Oh.
it. A preliminary
Yeah,
foot
you can
reveal.
reveal it right now. Foot cam.
Oh god, no. Jesus Christ. Okay, so...
We're gonna lose those 2 followers.
yeah, no,
real
they're
quick.
off. They're fucking getting out of here. Okay, we got some shit to cover. We're on a time frame here. We got a lot to cover.
Hell yeah.
And for reference, we're recording this on a night that Oliver has work, so that's why we're on a time frame. Usually we just sit back and fucking ramble about shit. But no, we've had to squash things down. And I'm upset because I really wanted to talk about MCU synergy, but it's got to wait because there's more important gossip going on.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Have you noticed that the drama about Pedro Pascal being a pervert has stopped?
I did notice that. It's been nice.
It's just
I've been seeing,
seemingly
like,
vanished overnight.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of people posting the videos of Vanessa Kirby, like, and being, or like there were the ones of him kissing his like male co-stars, like during their press, and everyone was like, "My bad, bro."
I've seen he's been replying to stuff. He's been
Really?
replying to comments. People are like commenting gifs and stuff, kind of referencing it. He's clearly aware. Like somebody in his
wow.
team has mentioned like, look, this thing's happening on social media.
That has to suck.
But he's just being painfully nice to people. Like people are commenting sarcastic shit and he's like, I wish you all well.
Oh.
Lots of love to you too. And I'm like, just leave this old gay man alone. Jeez. But the attention, and I think it's weird how it's kind of shifted, but the attention was on Pedro and we spoke about it before. But it's now shifted to Rachel Brosnahan and David Corenswet. Isn't it juicy,
Yeah.
Ryan?
It is insane that people. I don't know. It seems very like marketing tactic to me. I mean, I don't know.
It is really weird.
When it comes to the interviews, when it came to like the scene, I mean, I watched the scene. Personally, it seemed like he did say cut, like kind of in the middle of the situation.
Yeah.
So like I don't know what the plan was or if she actually did just go in for the kisses, but like adults, I don't know, doing their thing.
Well, have you seen the comment by her? Not he didn't comment it, but did you see the
He
comment that...
liked it, didn't he?
Yeah, I've got it here. I'm going to read it out to you.
Okay.
So, somebody commented on, I think it was his Instagram, and he liked it, and it said, it's genuinely sad to see your career being tucked out to be remembered as a cuckold because your wife couldn't handle herself with her co-star. Like, bro, let's have some self-love and stand up for yourself, man. Leave her to be with him if she wants that much at the end of the day. And he liked that, which is pretty fucking...
Oh my god.
That's pretty juicy, Ryan!
I didn't know it was that bad. They called him a cuck, and he
Yeah.
liked it.
Maybe he's into
He
it.
liked the. Maybe he's into it.
Have you seen that picture of them all
He's like,
stood
"Oh, yeah, I
together
am."
and he's on tiptoes?
No.
There's a picture of the 3 of them, and Corin Sweat is like 6'5", right? So he's towering over them,
Huge.
and he's like the husband. This is, well, I don't think we've even specified that we're talking about Brosnahan's husband.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the picture
Whoever
he's
that guy
like
is.
tiptoeing, and it is
That's
funny.
so funny.
But yeah, I don't. There was talks when the film first came out, and they were doing all the PR stuff of like, oh, they have such such good chemistry and blah blah blah. Oh, they're great. They're just like Lois and Clark in real life, and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then it kind of took a break, and the focus was on Pascal, and now it's jumped back over to those two, and I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's all drama, drama, drama. And it's like reality drama as well. I think it's because people are saying that we had like the age of superheroes in the 2010s, and now we're in the age of reality TV. Like reality TV is quite a big thing, and like everything's scripted and everything's put on, and
Right.
people are not that it's necessarily like reality content, but people like watching like biopic films. And like
Yeah.
films about people, and they want to know like all the fucking
Right.
shit that they got into and whatever.
Even if it's not real.
Think of what's the monkey film?
Oh.
The Robbie
I can't
Williams
remember. Robin,
monkey
yeah.
film. People were clawing to find out what had happened in Robbie Williams' life.
Really? People
No.
were interested in that?
No, not at all.
I didn't think I saw that hype. I don't know, maybe I just missed it. But...
Ironically, though, I do have one of the songs from that film on my Spotify.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's got some good songs. Robbie Williams is not bad.
Well, yeah, I guess the soundtrack would just be his song.
Yeah.
Someone has to listen to him, otherwise how
much.
could he be famous?
But he's like roleplay singing like I almost said
thi-
like a donkey, like a monkey.
I think a lot of British people actually did come to his defense because I think it was mostly Americans who were like, who the fuck is this guy and why is he a monkey in his movie?
Oh.
Why do I not know who he is?
Yeah, no,
It's 'cause
Robbie
he's just
Williams
not
is massive
popular over
here.
Yeah, so...
Did we speak
I mean, it makes
about
sense.
did we speak about Ozzy Osbourne last time?
Oh, I can't remember, maybe. I don't...
I feel like we maybe did. Because I think I asked you if you'd seen anything about his funeral.
Yeah.
But
Or
like...
we just had that conversation.
Oh, possibly.
But-
But either way, like, they're just examples of, like, huge fucking pop stars in the UK that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Robbie Williams obviously didn't fucking... Like, the Osbournes had, like, the reality TV show that went to America and stuff, so...
Yeah.
Robbie Williams did not have that. But I want to watch that film at some point. It's on my
Good luck.
list. I will...
That's all you, buddy.
Yeah, well, I've got 2 weeks off soon, so...
Nice.
Got a lot
Good
of
way to
films to
spend
chew
your
through.
time.
Okay. Ooh, I've got like a list here that I don't really know like what I want to hit next. I guess we'll stay on the same topic before we go over to some Marvel drama. Because there's quite a bit of Marvel drama. But James Gunn, our favourite director of superhero content, old Jameson Gunnigan. Yes, He's confirmed that there's going to be a Superman saga.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what a saga is, Ryan?
I don't really know what a saga is.
More than
specifically.
3.
More than 3. Okay.
So,
Probably should have guessed that.
like the Star Wars saga is 6. But it was cool. I think it was called the Star Wars saga,
That's
even
a lot
when
of
they only had
Superman
3.
movies.
It is a lot of
Does
Superman.
he count Supergirl as one of those or no?
Well, this is what
Probably
I
not.
actually have that written down. I've put maybe including Supergirl ? I think maybe it does.
Because then there might be a Superboy movie.
I think that's got to be.
And that might count towards one of the sagas. Whatever.
I mean, I think Superman is going to appear in Supergirl and Superboy and Super fucking whatever else they want to do. I think they're just going to have Corin Sweat fucking everywhere. I think he's going to be in Peacemaker.
That would be crazy.
I would put money that he's going to be in Peacemaker because they just released Superman on digital, right? Did you see the the responses to why they're doing that?
No.
James Gunn said that they moved the release date for Peacemaker forward from September into the back end of August, and he wants to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to see Superman before Peacemaker.
Oh wow.
suggesting, there's a fucking reason for that. I would assume the events of Superman have some kind of impact on Peacemaker.
Interesting.
So, I like that. I don't know. It's kind of this back and forth. You can't please everyone's sort of thing of people want standalone comic book films, but then people aren't going to go see Fantastic Four, Superman, when these are
Right.
standalone films. And then when they start to like birth their universes, are they gonna go see a Superman saga? Are they gonna watch Peacemaker if it is the second issue in a series that James Gunn is currently telling? It. I'm doing
Yeah.
it because I'm interested now. Like I'm going back and I'm rewatching Peacemaker.
I think though, because they did put some things in season one that aren't canon anymore, because that wasn't necessarily the idea when he made Peacemaker.
Yeah.
So I think that there is a little bit. He said it because they have that podcast thing going on. I don't know if you've seen like the clips of that, but they talk about the show and the episodes, I
Mm.
guess, as they come out. But he mentioned that it's just whatever they talk about in season two from season one is going to be canon, and if they don't mention it, it might
Oh,
not be even like technically canon.
yeah. I did see that quote of like if
So
it
it
comes
is
up,
kind
it's
of,
canon, which is generally the rule anyway. But it's very,
yeah,
it's a messy way of doing shit
yeah.
because we already know that like because of Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad is canon, but then
But I think
Captain,
that's not true.
but Rick
I
Flag
don't think
died.
they're, yeah,
Is Rick Flag
but I don't
Senior
think
not a player in Peacemaker?
I don't. He is, and he is also in Superman, but he was not. Flag Senior was not in Suicide Squad, and I don't think that's the Rick Flag that we met in Suicide Squad. I don't think that's his dad.
Is it not?
It wouldn't. It wouldn't. I mean,
I thought that
he
was
seems
the
quite
whole
young to be his
point of
father,
him,
but
though. I thought that was like the whole point of him not only being
I mean,
senior, but
like,
also just
like
being
he
there.
he is, but I don't think he's that Rick Flag's dad specifically. I don't
Okay.
think the Suicide Squad movie is in
You think
with the rest of it.
different universe Rick Flag dad?
I think maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I'd
I could be
prefer that.
wrong, but I do. I think that they're leaving the Suicide Squad movie by the wayside. I don't think they're gonna touch on that anymore, especially because like the only, like you said, the only returning characters were Margot Robbie and Captain Boomerang.
Well, that's
So it's like,
where it kind of gets messy because obviously, like, if you're going based purely off of season one of Peacemaker, which I know we're not because season two is dealing with the multiverse, right?
right,
If you are going off of season one, like that canonizes, fucking Aquaman, Flash, Harley Quinn. Like
right, and
it's a
that's,
messy space to kind of be like messing around with.
and I think that that's part of what he's saying is not canon. I don't think Peacemaker ever met them.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think any of that is real anymore because he's gonna be making his own Justice League.
Would you like to know what one of the other rumors about Peacemaker is? Which
What?
are you gonna watch Peacemaker as it comes out or?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until
If I
it's
get
like
bored enough.
I'm gonna wait until it's entirely done, and then I'll binge it and talk about it. But like, there's rumors that Booster Gold is gonna debut in it.
That's
There's
interesting.
rumors that we could see Blue Beetle. I don't know if it's gonna be the Blue Beetle from the film or a new
Probably
Blue
not.
Beetle, but I want it to be Zolo returning as Blue
That would be
Beetle.
nice.
So
That movie
fucking
was so
bad.
good,
Oh my god, I haven't seen it, but I really like him as Blue Beetle.
bro. I love Blue Beetle as a character, and Ted Kord Blue Beetle is cool. If they're doing Booster Gold, it's probably going to be Ted Kord Blue Beetle because I know that they're a duo in the comics.
Yeah,
But I like the newer Blue Beetle because I
I
think he's
can't.
way cooler. He actually has powers. He goes to space. Ted Kord Blue Beetle doesn't really do all of that stuff. I don't think he gets the actual scarab. I think he's just studying the scarab and then bases his like superhero identity around that. Could be wrong though. Could be wrong.
I have seen that somebody posted like a reference pic for, I don't know if it was like a team or an event or whatever, but it had the Ted Cord Blue Beetle with Peacemaker with Booster Gold and like two other people, and they formed like
Yeah.
this pentagon symbol on the cover or the poster or whatever it was, basically. And people were
Yeah.
saying like, oh, you know, if we get Booster Gold and we get Blue Beetle, then we're probably going to get these other two characters, and you know, Peacemaker's going to have like his own little squad sort of thing.
Be interesting.
Obviously, we're only watching it for Vigilante.
Yeah.
Which I think most people are only watching it for Vigilante.
He's a great character, which he's nothing like actual vigilante.
No, but that's
Like,
one of the
but
good
he's so
sides
much
of
better.
James Gunn. I spoke
Right.
about this with somebody at work earlier because they asked me about Superman. And I said James Gunn is very, very good at taking characters that have zero fan base and not a lot of like depth and personality.
Okay. Don't say
And
zero fan base. There
no,
are
no, no,
people who
no.
like these characters and love
Listen, listen,
them
listen.
and
I'm talking
don't
Guardians
want
of
them
the
to change,
Galaxy. I'm
but
talking Polka
there
Dot
are people
Man.
who like them. Some people that's their favorite. Otherwise, they wouldn't be comic book runs. But like, yeah, not a lot of people care.
Modern audiences didn't give a
Not
shit.
enough. No, no, they're
Okay? So I think he does a very good job of taking lesser known characters.
not.
This is why he announced that he was going to do an Authority film. Nobody gives a fuck about the Authority.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that unless it's James Gunn who can apply? And this is this is a compliment to Gunn. Like, he's great at applying his sense of humor and his personality and what he likes to these characters and making them a lot more modernized. And I think
Yeah.
it's good. I like it.
It can help.
I like his characterization and the way that the way he did Superman was great. I enjoy the way that he does Peacemaker and the way that he does Vigilante.
Yeah.
He proved that somebody else is out there that could play Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is not the end game for Deadpool.
I don't. Yeah.
There are others.
There are definitely more people.
So, that was the Superman saga. The tangent. What do you think?
I don't know. We get a lot. We get very attached to certain actors.
I'll
for
be real.
roles,
I enjoyed
but
Reynolds in like the first Deadpool, but I really don't like Ryan Reynolds that much.
yeah, that's valid.
Speaking of, oh, it's such a good segue. Oh, it's about 90% confirmed that Deadpool is going to be in Doomsday. Ryan Reynolds.
90%.
Yeah, so Ryan Reynolds posted a picture of, they had like a flag in Deadpool and Wolverine where it was like, I think an Avengers logo, but it had like an Anarchy A spray painted over it. And that was meant to be, it wasn't confirmed in the film, but in theory, like that's the flag or the symbol that people are using to reference his team of like Gambit, Blade, Elektra, the guys that stormed Cassandra Nova's Ant-Man castle, right?
Yeah.
So he posted a picture of that like this past week, so the internet fucking exploded, and now rumors are he's confirmed for Doomsday. How do you feel about Deadpool joining Doomsday?
It's an interesting choice.
Everyone's got teams, apparently. That's been, like, the biggest rumour, is that there's going to be, like, 6 teams all working to deal with the incursions.
Oh, wow.
You've got, the X-Men, you've got the New Avengers, the regular Avengers, Doom's team, Loki's got a team, Deadpool's got a team. Apparently Deadpool's gonna be on a team as well as have a team.
I guess that's the best way to do, like, so many characters and so many different storylines, is if you do kind of, like, shove them all together into, like, groups. And then just have those groups kind of play out as they need to. I'm worried about them fitting this many people into these movies without them just being, like, one-off. Like, oh, this person's here. You know, like I actually there's so many things that we need to know
Yeah.
about so many characters. It's like this movie's not gonna it doesn't seem like it's gonna be the movie to really learn any of those things.
Yeah, I think it is a lot to like, especially with so many of the new characters that they've introduced. Like, are
Yeah.
we gonna get the Eternals? Are we gonna get Moon Knight? Are we gonna get fucking Echo? You know, there are characters that they have introduced in the past two phases that we might not even see them.
Yeah.
And if we do see them, there's got to be some kind of like explanation as to who they are and why they're there for the general audience, because the majority of the general audiences we've seen have not watched these projects.
Exactly.
So it's a lot on top of the incursion storyline, which I think that's the thing that we've been talking about the most, I think, like over the last, half a year or whatever, is there's no build up to what is a huge storyline in the comics.
Right.
There's like 100 issues like spanning over 3 or 4 different fucking series, not counting like solo series and like individual character series, like teams.
Yeah. We
There's
didn't even get
so
into the
many
thick of
issues.
it.
When you count like, okay, fair enough, Infinity covers some of that, and the Builder War covers some of that, but the incursions are still the starting point of it.
Yeah.
They start happening, and then this other stuff happens to kind of, distract you for a bit, but then the incursions continue,
Well, I'm
so
pretty sure that all that stuff happened because the incursions were happening on Earth.
it's
So
just
like
crazy to me that
you're
there's
right.
no, like, there should have been something.
Yeah.
Anything. I mean, I stress it so much that like people need to watch the Marvels, which is a really hard sell. But they had an incursion. Like they had the
Yeah.
closest thing where like there was a tear in the universe, Ryan, and
I
we saw
know.
another version of Earth, and Photon
Yeah.
went through. I could not believe it after reading Time Runs Out and Secret Wars and knowing what incursions are, and then watching the Marvels and being like, nobody's talking about this.
Yeah.
But if they'd peppered some of those in, and like that was kind of like our new branching arc, then I think it'd be okay.
I agree.
But it's kind of just there.
It's a little hard to do that now. Don't have very much time left.
Old Alan Cumming, Nightcrawler, I almost called him Nightwing. He's been leaking some more stuff, the little
Ooh.
shit. Ooh, Kevin Feige's gonna tell him off. Apparently he's already had a slap on the wrist for revealing that he's gonna have a fight with Mr. Fantastic.
Oh my god.
But yeah, he posted, I think, a picture in his mocap suit. But I think at this point, they have to be PR stunts with everything happening with Spider-Man right now.
Yeah.
I think they're just building hype, and why not, if he's accidentally leaked some stuff, why not go to him and say, here, you can post these. Why
I
don't,
think
post these Nightcrawler concept arts and these mocap suits and
that's what
whatever.
that's what I thought, like every time we've had these actors who like are really bad at keeping the secret. I really think that they tell them these things in advance to be like, listen,
I never
you can
bought the
reveal
Tom Holland
this.
thing.
Yeah. No, definitely
I
not.
thought like the Tom Holland thing was so, I don't know, at the time, because I remember watching all the PR stuff for the Infinity War thing, and like him and Benedict Cumberbatch were doing one, and he mentions getting chokeslammed by a giant purple arm, and I was like, oh shit, Spider-Man's gonna fight Thanos. And you can see Benedict Cumberbatch like jump in, and when you're watching it for the first time, it does look like a genuine mistake. But when Tom Holland continuously leaks shit, I think
Yeah.
it's like, you really think he's that stupid? He's an actor, and he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he's faking it.
There was the one where he revealed the like poster before it was supposed to be or whatever. But the
Oh,
writing was
yeah,
like
yeah.
flipped.
Was that not a script?
It w- I think it maybe it was a script.
I
I thought
think
it
it
was
was
a
the
poster.
film title or something.
Oh, it maybe.
I think it might have been for like Far From Home or No Way Home or something like that. I know the video you're on about though. He opened it and it was backwards.
Yeah.
And he like panicked and turned the video off. I mean, I like shit like that, but
No,
I
me
think that
too.
what they're doing now is definitely, this is like them, they're working us. They're fucking, here, look at our cool shit. Look, we're showing you
Yeah.
Spider-Man in real life. Look, here's concept art for Nightcrawler. Ooh. You know, they're like dangling it to build up the hype, and it's working. It's a
I
good
think
strat.
so. Yeah.
Shall we talk about the Marvel drama?
Sure. Let's get into it.
And then we'll jump back around to another Doomsday rumor. So, I want to talk about Robert Downey Jr. No, I don't. We'll talk about RDJ after. Sorry, I've just edged the shit out of you. We're going to talk about X-Men.
Okay. Well, this
Have
is
you
way
seen
better
the
than
drama?
RDJ.
Have you seen the drama to do with the X-97 X creator? Writer?
Yes, I have seen
Ha
that.
ha! So I have quotes, I have receipts, and I want all of your opinions on it
Oh.
because it's got multiple layers to it. So I'm going to read you out what he said for context. I guess I don't know his name. Shit, I can't remember his name, but the writer or creative behind X-97 who lost his job last year. He's no longer part of the team, has been reviewing Marvel stuff on his X account and recently just blasted Marvel, right?
Right.
So I went ahead and I've like clipped a shit ton of it and I'm just going to read it all out. Some of it is quoting about specifically Kevin Feige talking about X-97 and Kevin Feige's views on X-97. And then some of it is like the inner workings of Marvel and how they kind of operate when it comes to comic source material and things like that. He covers quite a bit of stuff and I want to get your opinion on it.
Okay.
So, again, the context for this is about X-97. So he says, yep, I was told this in a phone call after episode 5 premiered. I asked the exec if Kevin was happy because stupidly I still wanted to help the studio out. Their response was a long pause, and then I was told that he'd be happier if fans and audiences weren't using it as a referendum on what the MCU needs to be doing to fix itself. What makes it worse, I think, is that Kevin has nothing to do with X-97 and could take no credit for it. Even internally, before the show aired, Marvel employees were reaching out to me asking how I was able to make a show this good given where the studio was, and how it's the best thing the studio had done. With their praise, I noticed more and more that I was becoming a threat and regret to studio leadership. And again, Kevin and Lou, I don't know who Lou is, couldn't even be bothered to come to the premiere of the show at El Capitan. They didn't show up to thank the fans. They didn't show up to thank X-Mentaz, whoever that is. He lists a couple of other people. The OG voice cast, for how they built that foundation back in the 90s of the MCU. Nope, we were just a little cartoon that wasn't sexy enough or taken seriously enough to warrant that great Kevin Feige to attend. What do you think of that?
That is one that I did hear. I think it's interesting.
Do you think it's true?
I mean, I don't know if I think it's true. I don't remember a lot of people watching the show when it first came out. I didn't even know it existed until later on. And then I watched it all. But I do think that the show was really, really good. Like, compared to, like, some of the other stuff they've been putting out. But I also think it's very different than a lot of the stuff that they've been putting out. I mean, comparing it to, like, their other animated stuff, they really only done the What If. And I think it's way better than What If. But I don't know
I think
necessarily
it's
comparing
very,
it to
like,
the movies or anything.
I think it's very bold to say that, like, Kevin Feige actively disliked it because of, you know, fan response.
Right.
Because Kevin Feige, at least in my opinion, obviously we don't fucking know the dude, But, like, he's the guy that was, you know, a producer or whatever on the original X-Men trilogy and was encouraging people to read comics.
Yeah.
And, like, sneakily giving Hugh Jackman, you know, Wolverine comic references and stuff. So, I don't know if, like, would Kevin Feige have changed that much? It has been 20 years. Maybe he's become a bit of a executive shill for money.
Bit of a diva.
Yeah. But no, I thought that one was a very, very bold one, and it caught me off guard, and as soon as I read it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that one. But then, so I've got two more, and they both reference, like, how they use comics as references. So, I'll read out the first one. He says, another fun fact about Marvel Studios and Kevin's Parliament. Example, the lead producer on Avengers Infinity War and Endgame had her assistant working overtime reading comics that she was too busy to read. Same when they started working on Nomad, which I think was the rumoured Captain America show at the time that they were supposed to be doing, which ultimately fell apart because they couldn't crack it right. Well, yeah, if you haven't researched the character in that arc, you're going to be hard-pressed to crack it. The many times we had a story issue come up in script or script editorial in X-Men 97, and I was able to quickly pull a solve out of my ass using my knowledge of the comics had me thanking God I'd done my homework. So then there's a second one, and he put, also, remember how the Secret Invasion creators bragged about not reading the comics? Well, this is how Marvel does it. The assistant to the lead producer actually does all the reading of the comics and creates a development doc that covers the comics and that includes pitches for which villains or characters to pull from a run. This is done so the actual producer, who's collecting quite a paycheck, doesn't have to actually read the IP they are making movies from, and then the producer and Kevin read and give notes on the development doc to narrow down ideas to create a final doc. Then, per what we've heard and seen, the writers I told not to read the comics but instead to read and develop a pitching using the development doc that outlines the parameters of these stories they can tell. That last bit didn't make sense. Yeah, even reading that back, the last bit didn't make sense. But anyway, how do you feel about the idea that they just make a condensed down version and then convert that into film form and Kevin Feige gives notes?
I could see that being the case. It's kind of funny. It would make some
same.
sense, yeah.
I mean, that's what I did for my pitch.
They get all the right names and characters, and then they just kind of
You just waffle it together.
Do what you gotta do. Make it a movie.
I think maybe it would have been a little bit different pre-Endgame and Infinity War, because there were rumours that, like, you know, it was the Russos and James Gunn and the shithouse Ant-Man guy and Kevin Feige all in a room, and they'd discuss, you know, how to get to Infinity War and Endgame and blah, 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 and they'd have this plan, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think after Endgame, it's pretty clear that they didn't really know which way they were going.
Yeah. No.
I think we touched on it a few episodes back when it came out that it was when Kevin Feige was doing the quotes and he said that Kang was never the original plan, it was always going to be Doom.
Yeah.
I actually believe him. I've thought about this. I believe him.
Wow.
Because if you rewind back to when they initially did, like, the reveal post-Endgame of, like, we're gonna do the Eternals, and we're gonna do Shang-Chi, and we're gonna do Blade, and Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four was, like, the big reveal, right?
Right.
And they weren't gonna touch the X-Men. But I think it makes sense if the first Avengers film was gonna be Kang Dynasty, and you do your big multiversal Kang storyline and multiversal war, and you have Doom step into that and finish it as, like, big fish eats like a bigger fish eats the big fish kind of scenario. Because you can't do Secret Wars without Doom.
Yeah.
And Secret Wars was always penciled in. It was always going to be Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars.
Interesting.
So I think Doomsday is the one that they've had to, like, rework. But I think that I do believe him, but obviously they've made changes and shit. But anyway, do you believe this guy?
No. Oh wait, this guy?
This
Or
guy.
Kevin Feige?
The X-Men 97 guy.
Certain aspects I believe. I don't know if I believe it like 100%.
For additional context, he was fired for being sexually inappropriate.
I did hear that too, yeah.
Yeah, so it does kind of come off a little bit as like salty rambling.
Yeah.
Just to be fair, just to like, you know,
there's probably some
like
truth in
play
there.
devil's advocate. On which part?
It's like what he's saying about the MCU. I'm sure that like some of that is true.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not sure exactly if that's the whole reason why he was let go.
The first bit to me when he's talking about like Kevin Feige's opinion on it and stuff, and he didn't even turn up to the premiere or whatever, that to me sounds like it's more just his salty opinion on it.
Yeah.
And it's probably true. I'm sure that fucking Kevin Feige didn't show up, but there could have been other reasons for it. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to be fucking snide and spiteful. But I definitely believe the shit about the development doc. 100%. That's the
so
most
funny.
realistic thing I've ever heard anybody say about how the MCU operates. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably the only way that these people are able to do it, because of course an executive producer or just regular producers aren't going to sit there reading comic books.
No.
That's not their job.
No. Their job is to give the money to the people who want to read the comic books.
Exactly. I do think that
producers-
sometimes people misinterpret what the producer does.
Yeah, they move the money around. They produce things like
They
make
do the
things
casting
happen,
and things
kind of.
like that.
They're like a part of everything, but they don't really do anything.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
the best job ever because other people do your job for you.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
They're in charge of telling other people how to do their job.
Exactly. They're a CEO or a manager.
Usually when you see somebody named as executive producer, they don't do fucking anything.
No, those are
That's usually just a favored. That's like, oh, well, you know, as a favor, because you've been so loyal.
Or they gave a lot of money to the movie.
Yeah.
They're like, here's some change.
I quite like it when shows, my only example of this that I can think of off the top of my head, I think Heartstopper's maybe done it, but Shameless had, like, certain episodes directed by cast members, which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah.
I like stuff like that where, like, you know, somebody that's given almost a decade of their fucking life to a TV show gets to add like a directing credit.
Yeah, I think that's pretty.
I think
fun.
stuff like that's pretty decent. Gone from X-Men 97 to Shameless. Fuck Frank Gallagher. Fuck him.
Yeah.
God.
He
Get him in
died.
the MCU.
Please don't.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go.
He should be.
I'm gonna hold off on the RDJ. He's gonna be who?
I said he should be Wolverine because he'll never die.
I thought you said War Machine.
No.
Poor Don Cheadle.
Let's recast him again.
Jeez. Okay, so rumor has it that the reason that the incursions are happening, Ryan, have you seen this about old Steve?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay, so the rumor is that the incursions have started because Steve Rogers went back in time and lived out the life with Peggy Carter.
Ha 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 ha.
So, the plot of Doomsday is that Doom wants to kill Steve.
Cool. Well, I'm confused though, because didn't we see Steve as an old man?
Yeah, we did.
So how does he? I mean, I guess he could survive, but it's a little confusing.
Can you
Um,
imagine if the opening scene of Doomsday is RDJ Doctor Doom killing old man Steve Rogers?
that'd be so insane.
That's crazy. It's
Some
not gonna
people would
happen, but
actually
it'd
be
be
really
wild.
excited about that.
Yeah, me.
Everyone who hated
I'm
that
some
scene in,
people.
in Endgame.
Which scene in Endgame? What, just him being old?
Him going back in time. A lot of people thought that was like really dumb for his character. So I feel like they're getting vindicated if that is the case, because now they're proving that it was dumb and it's causing incursions.
Now that I've seen, like, Old Man Steve as director of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think it was dumb.
Yeah.
But I understand it in, like, the story terms of Endgame.
Nope.
I'm fine with it, but I
I
don't know.
don't think it really makes any sense. Not with the rules they set up for time travel. Why would he think that that's okay, that he just gets to go stay back in time? It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, now hold up a second.
It literally doesn't make any
Because
sense.
we watched, not but we, others,
Cool.
watched Infinity War and Endgame, right? In
Yeah.
the same day.
Right.
And the mental brain fuck of trying to explain the Endgame time travel to somebody that doesn't know it is very fucking difficult, because it's not understandable. It doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they've done it.
I don't either.
Like, they literally say in the film, oh, so we can go back in time and change something and it won't change the present day because that's now our future. That's not how it works!
That's not what they said, though. That's not what they said. Did they
That
say
is what
that?
they said.
I don't remember
They
them
said
saying
that if you go back in time, it doesn't change shit because that has now become your future. You're still actively living your present. So it can't change. But then they bring Loki in with the TVA and it's branched timelines.
It's gonna change a different future. It's gonna create another timeline. It's not gonna change your future because your future already happened. So what they were doing is they had to send the stones back in time so that the timeline never branched.
Let me
Does
Google
that make
it.
sense? So
No.
if Captain America went back in time, that would have caused a branched timeline.
Yes,
It wouldn't
I see
change
that,
the
yes.
future. Like, and then the TVA would have went after him. Like, he would have been hunted down for that. But then I guess the TVA did get kind of fucked. So maybe he is just sitting in another alternate reality where Captain America never got frozen.
I'd like to point out that there's also multiple different ways to time travel within the MCU that are completely separate from each other and
Yes.
seem to have their own rules. So
Yes.
you've got, like, the Time Stone, the Quantum Realm,
Whoa.
the Loki Time Doors. Miss Marvel's bracelet apparently can change time.
Interesting. I don't think that's the same
But
thing
they-
as time traveling, though.
Well, it
I don't
depends
think, like-
on how you view it.
I guess so.
Because technically, when Thanos reversed Vision, Vision was time traveling.
I think that the TVA stuff is all quantum, too, though.
Possibly.
I think it is.
I don't
'cause
know.
Kang, and he was smart. He probably knew about the quantum stuff.
Probably.
I think quantum's made up,
It is.
so it's kind of like anything can be the quantum stuff.
Yeah. The quantum
So-
shit is definitely not in the comics. Which you'll notice the quantum shit is usually where the issues are because they've made it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll be real, I don't fucking get it. I don't understand it, but either way, right, it don't matter because we're not doing it anymore. Do you think the thing about Steve is real?
I think if they do it in the way where he's in another timeline and then that's pulling the Earth together, I think that could be a cause of a incursion. I don't think if they did it in any other way, it would make any sense whatsoever. And I don't think that if they had Doom kill... Well, I mean, if they had him kill Old Man Steve, maybe. But if they had him kill, like,
But, okay.
the Steve who
How
time
do
traveled,
you-
I don't think that would be.
But when he goes back to live out with Peggy,
Right.
if he branched and created a new timeline at that point happening, how does he get back to give Sam the shield?
I don't have any fucking idea.
This is why it's messy.
He fucking...
Did he make his own quantum time travel machine?
Well, all he needed was the Pym particles.
And the machine?
No, he
The
had the
suit? He's got the suit.
The
Oh!
suit takes him back to the
Of
machine.
course. He could have just gone to Pym's thing.
That's what he was supposed to do in the first place.
Oh, wait.
And then he decided
Because-
not to do that.
Hold up.
Yeah, right.
Hold up.
Holding.
Right, listen. So, he goes back, lives with Peggy, creates branched timeline. If he then gets Pym particles, he's only going to move forward and backwards on that new branched timeline.
So you say, but we don't know if that's true.
We do based on their rules. On their rules, as far as we know, Pym particles don't make you jump between universes.
But there weren't any universes to jump between before. So maybe they would now. Because the quantum realm is outside of time. So that would be the place to do it. That's why they could time travel there in the first place, I'm pretty sure.
You know what would have made me happy about the time travel aspect?
What?
One, if they didn't do it.
Yeah, that would have made me happy.
But two, if they'd just made that castle in Agatha all along Doom's castle.
Yeah.
I would have just forgiven everything.
What upset me is that you can do time travel, but you can't do time travel and the multiverse. It doesn't make sense, because then you're making time travel a multiverse thing. When they're supposed to be different, it's supposed to be different timelines. Create different... Like, you can have different timelines on
That's
the
what
same
I'm
universe.
saying about him moving to a different... Him
So,
creating that branch. Surely then he can only move up and down the branch, right?
No.
But why?
I just said because the quantum realm is outside of time.
But it's outside time, it's not outside the universe.
But they made it so that the universes are time. Because they made it all one thing when it shouldn't be one thing. It should be separate
When did they
things.
explain this? Did they explain it in Loki season 1?
They explained it in
Endgame.
in Infinity War, I'm pretty sure. Or no, yeah, Endgame. In Endgame. What's her face? The
What's her face?
I can't remember her name. The one that Doctor Strange gets.
Oh,
his
the
powers
chosen
from.
one.
Yeah, her, the chosen one. She's the one who explains it to Bruce
Oh,
Banner.
yeah, no.
Because he's like, if you
we
take
paid
the
attention
stone,
during that scene, but I didn't get it.
if you take the stone and you go take it back to your time and you use it, you're only helping that time. Now the timeline that you just created that doesn't have a stone, that's a whole new timeline, and they're fucked. 'cause
Really?
Now they
So
don't have an Infinity
if-
Stone.
So really all they have to do is go back and place the stone back. That's
Yeah,
it.
and then the stone has never been taken. They closed back up the timeline. That's why Steve was supposed to come back, is because he was like, he doesn't belong there anymore. That's not how the timeline works. That's why it doesn't make
You
any
know
sense
what?
that he could have stayed at all.
I really hope that Doomsday opens with RDJ Doom just massacring Old Man Steve.
I do.
I want
too.
that scene from Saltburn where he like fucking climbs onto her bed and rips the tube out of her. I want to see
Oh my
that, but with
God.
RDJ Doom and Steve Rogers. Just fucking... I hope that there's no more time travel. It's awful.
Yeah,
it's
the
not
time
even what
travel.
we're supposed to be talking about!
And in
Ryan!
in the TVA, it was all one universe, and then in season 2, they started going to the different universes with the Tempads. They used the same thing, the doors, the time doors. They used that to go on to the different worlds as well. So it's all the same thing, and it doesn't make any sense.
Oh
You can either
God.
do multiple dimensions or you can do time travel. You can't do both. You shouldn't do both. It's too complicated. It doesn't make any
I
sense.
don't like it. I don't want them to do both.
That's
It's
what I'm
awful.
saying. You pick alternate dimensions or you pick time travel. So I
Which one
think
would you
they're
pick?
picking. I think they should do alternate dimensions, but they're gonna pick time travel.
Oh, I really hope that Doomsday has like no time travel aspects in. Oh my God,
It
that would
has
be
to if they're
awful.
gonna. Well, I mean, not Doomsday, but at some point it's gonna have to all converge back down to a singular timeline, right? Then you can't go through the different dimensions because there's no any. Well, dimensions. I'm saying dimensions. That's not what I mean. I mean universes. I don't know why I keep saying dimensions. Because dimensions are
I
an
mean,
even
you
different
can.
thing.
I mean, at the end of Secret Wars in the comics, the visual is the new universe being started, right?
All right.
The new fucking multiverse being created. But within Secret Wars itself, like the core story, there's no aspect of time travel. It's purely one universe colliding with another, and the end result of all of time runs out, is Secret Wars and Battle World. It's all purely multiversal, universe hopping, universe shifting around. There's no time traveling.
Okay.
So that's just the context for you. Without me spoiling it for you.
But we've come to know that they don't care about the context.
They don't, but I don't know. Surely they fucking got to for Secret Wars.
They got to.
They have to. It's such a good story. Please, I have a tattoo of it, Kevin Feige.
Oh, I'm worried.
Don't ruin this.
I'm worried for you.
Oh, shall we talk about RDJ?
What happened with RDJ?
Nothing.
He's still there.
He's still there.
doomed.
Thank God. God, if he. Can you imagine how? No, I don't even want to fucking. I'm not saying it because it's like manifesting in fucking bad energy. God, that would be like the worst scenario right now. Is it fucking something happened to RDJ?
That would be the worst
Um,
scenario. I feel like that'd be great.
Are you? No, don't wish ill. Well, we could get Mads Mikkelsen.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah, but no. I
No,
wish
I'm
no.
sorry, RDJ. I didn't
no,
mean it. Knock
yeah.
on wood. I didn't mean it.
For the record, I don't want you to like be in a car crash or die any horrific way or anything, but I do wish that Mads Mikkelsen was Doctor Doom. Anyway, this isn't about RDJ dying. What?
Okay.
Jeez. Okay, so there's some stuff come out about the filming of Doomsday. So on the Hot Mic podcast, probably a smaller podcast than this podcast, obviously.
Much smaller.
Scooper the Insnider, not James Gunnigan, the Insnider. This isn't what's his face, Zack Snyder either.
Okay.
It's not one of those. It's a different spelling. Scooper the Insnider told Tails' dysfunction on the set of Avengers Doomsday and Robert Downey Jr. demanding reshoots, Ryan. Demanding!
Wow.
And this is gonna... I've got a couple of questions for you a little bit later about RDJ specifically that I want to get your opinion on, but the quotes are, they had a body double and a face double, and Robert would stand outside the scene, reading the lines, and apparently after 2 or 3 weeks he said, "This isn't working, I want to shoot the whole thing with me in the suit." So that's the first one, which, if you bear in mind, Vanessa Kirby did come out and say that that was RDJ in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene.
Right.
So that does kind of line up that, yeah, maybe they did want him, like, offset because they thought it would be easier than fucking hauling RDJ around and getting him in a cloak and a metal mask each time they needed to film fucking 5 seconds of footage.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's, like, him demanding reshoots. I think it's quite a good choice, I want to say.
I think it's
You're
a
paying...
good choice. I thought for
You're
sure he'd be
paying
like,
Robert
fuck
Downey
no.
Jr. like $50 million for this. Get him on
Yeah,
set.
he should have to be there.
Get your money's worth. Jeez.
I don't understand why they would want him not to be in it. Like, as much as it's like, the Iron Man stuff kind of made sense. He doesn't need to be in a flying suit. This
Yeah.
dude just sits there in a cloak and a mask. He can do that. That's fine. Why can't he do that? Why do we want him to sit on the sidelines? I agree with this. I think he should definitely be out there. I think it'll be
The
way
other
better.
quote is the dysfunction I've heard about on set is second only to that of the Fast and Furious movies, which, if you don't know, big feud, Vin Diesel, The Rock, loads of shit going on.
Wow.
A lot of like, what is it? What is it when bulls, clacking horns. What is the analogy that I'm going for? Butting heads, like power plays, right? Like two bulls charging at each other, like two people that think they're the shit, right? You get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
That was the Fast and
I
Furious
thought you
thing.
said
Like,
two balls.
no, they are both bald, to be fair. But like the whole thing was that like Vin Diesel thought it was his franchise, and The Rock came in thinking it was his franchise, and they butted heads.
Oh my gosh.
So, the dysfunction I've heard about on set is second only to that of the Fast and Furious movies. I mean, we mentioned a behind-the-scenes incident earlier this year that I don't want to go into detail about, and someone probably made it sound more dramatic than it actually was, but yeah, I think, again, there's a lot of testosterone and a lot of ego on that set. A lot of people who think they know the best path. In the end, only one person's path matters, and that's actually Robert Downey Jr.'s path.
Wow.
How do you feel about
He
that?
said, fuck the rest of these motherfuckers.
You
Makes
know what?
sense.
I agree. I agree so fucking... I didn't like it when I first read it. I was like, God, why is he, like, brown-tonguing the shit out of RDJ? But RDJ's got, like, the most power next to Kevin Feige. He's been there from the start, Ryan.
Yeah. I don't know.
If RDJ refuses anything on these films, are you going to say no to him?
I mean,
Realistically?
I would have said no
Well,
to
we
him
have Mads
character.
Mikkelsen, okay? We have our backup of Mads Mikkelsen, but I think when you're looking at business and stuff, Marvel aren't really in a position to, like, as much as we would enjoy it, they can't just say, oh, well, by the way, guys, RDJ was being a bit of a dickhead on set, so we decided to lop him off, and we're going to get the guy that was in Casino Royale and Hannibal to actually play Doctor Doom. Hope you guys still decide to show up.
You're
You know,
right.
Mads Mikkelsen, the big box office draw, the big
Man,
movie
he could
star.
do it, though. If they just started.
He
with
could
him,
fucking
could've
do it.
done it. He could have done it. Okay. I'll banish it from my head. Fine. RDJ's the best. No one can surpass RDJ. Whatever.
In the context of, like, the MCU, the actors that have come and gone, you know, fucking Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and RDJ are, like, the main three, right?
Yeah.
They were there for the long haul. Sorry, Mark Ruffalo. I feel bad for Mark Ruffalo,
Didn't even get
but
his own movie.
I'm sorry, Mark Ruffalo, but Smart Hulk really did a number on your fucking career.
It sucked.
And he was only in 2 projects. And that's how bad it was.
Oh my god.
Do you think that, like the name value of RDJ, right? There's, you know, we know that he's the biggest fucking superhero actor of all time, basically.
Yeah.
You know, he's up there now with Christian Bale as Batman, you know, with Heath Ledger as Joker.
Right.
They're very famous castings. Everybody knows about them. Everybody associates RDJ with Iron Man, which is why it's so jarring that now he's playing Doctor Doom, but he could also be playing an Iron Man in the film, and, you know, he's probably going to be playing different people that are all going to fight each other at some point. Like, is there anybody else on set that might have the same level as pull as RDJ or
Chris Hemsworth. But I don't
really?
think that he would. I don't think he's much of a diva about it. I think he's just happy to be there.
No.
But I think he would have the same kind of pull as Thor. I don't know. Unless they're planning
I
to
think
kill
yeah,
Thor.
I think he'd be a little bit more humble about the way that he sort of goes about stuff,
Yeah.
whereas RDJ is quite literally Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Um, the one thing that did come to mind was Tom Holland with Spider-Man, because he got approval on the script. They pushed back Spider-Man 4 multiple times because they had to keep editing the script until specifically Tom Holland was happy with it.
Right.
So he's the only other person that I could really think of that is still around that is like, okay, well, if this person's not happy, like, they are that important that, like, you know, people aren't going to fucking show up if they're not here.
Right.
Otherwise, like, they haven't really built up any big stars.
Yeah, I think that's pretty true.
Unfortunately, Bucky ain't there. As much as we love Bucky, he's not like a... Sebastian Stan's not like I don't know, he reminds me a bit of how you described Hemsworth, where he's just like... He's got pull,
I
but
could
he's
see,
like chill
well,
about it.
yeah, if they hadn't fucked up Anthony Mackie's Captain America movie, then I think he could have had that same pull in this movie as the Captain America, but I don't know. That didn't do
When you
very
look at
well.
when you look at people like Florence Pugh, even though she's such an iconic character, and I mean she's been around for, you know, the last 3 or 4 years in
Right.
the MCU, but she still feels really new.
I think Florence Pugh is also just like a really big name actress in general
Yeah.
to have as a character. So she could definitely get pull if she needed to. I just don't think she does have like the investment in the franchise.
Have you heard that apparently there's going... Oh yeah, I think I told you about it. There's going to be a second chair reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting through
With
that.
like... I mean, I'll fucking do it.
Okay.
I'll sit with it on in the background and like chime in every time the music amps up. I did actually quite enjoy the hype around that and the way that they did it.
Okay.
I don't know if they should be doing a second one, but I enjoyed it as like a thing. It was a cool event. And apparently they're doing a second one. Rumors are that finally, I mean, it kind of hops back and forth, but finally not Scarlett Johansson, the other only woman in the MCU, Elizabeth Olsen. Oh, not Brie Larson.
No.
Elizabeth Olsen apparently is returning. Apparently. And has a scene with Magneto. But it's all rumour. Next week, she'll be off again. And she won't be part of it. And then, you know, she'll be back again in a couple of weeks.
I think her having a scene with Magneto would be pretty cool.
I'd love that. Because I hate
It'd
when
be
they're
crazy.
not mutants and, like, not House of M.
It would be crazy if it's like our Scarlet Witch meets Magneto and it actually looks like her father and like she has this like memory of like
Oh, that would be
her
wild.
father and then like is like, oh my god, but he wasn't actually like a mutant yet in...
Well,
Or
there's
maybe...
rumours that the one from Multiverse of Madness, the Wanda from that, is this Magneto's daughter. So you've got like the opposite effect of like...
Oh, you
he's
mean the
meeting...
one that she took the kids from?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
The one that she took over the body and killed the Illuminati
Right.
with the body.
Yeah.
This Magneto would be... But then, like, we've got Xavier returning, and Xavier died in that, so... I don't know.
I would definitely
I
like to
don't
see
get it.
that.
But
It
yeah,
can be a
that's it.
different it can be a different Magneto and Charles Xavier. It doesn't have to be like they don't have to be from
Well,
the
that's
same
true.
universe.
Oh, what if they finally made him gay?
Which one? Both of them?
Both of them.
Hell yeah.
I think Magneto's gay anyway, just by association of being cast by as Ian McKellen.
We're finally getting our old man Yowie.
Yeah, that gives birth to like the most powerful MCU character, who gives birth to more gays.
Yeah,
It's like a
definitely.
big cycle.
Maybe it is an agenda.
There's only two agendas, Ryan.
Oh, are there?